I love water. As a matter of fact, I love water so much. I love to drink it. I love to wash my clothes in it. I eat food that's grown with it. Sometimes, when I feel really luxurious, I'll even swim in it. But most of all, I really love to drink water. How about you? Okay, raise your water bottles high. I want to see them, whatever you're drinking. Now, my bottle of Fiji water was rained over the Pacific Ocean when Christopher Columbus was crossing the Atlantic Ocean. Now, Fiji has just put essentially a 15 cents per liter tax on this because they figure it's a national treasure. Now, bottled water is mostly pure profit, that is. The bottled water companies take tap water and they put it in these bottles and they sell it back to us at more than the cost of gasoline. As a matter of fact, this stuff will cost you about $8 per gallon at your convenience store. Now, it's got a picture of coffee here, but besides coffee takes a lot of water to make, besides just what you brew with to raise it. Orange juice in Florida particularly is a huge crop. It takes 800 gallons of water to grow 1 gallon of orange juice. And like celery or tomatoes or any other water-thirsty crop, much of this stuff gets sold and shipped out of state. When that happens, that essentially is an export of Florida's water. And industry is aware of water and the importance of it. They lobby pretty heavily. They've got, as a matter of fact, recommendations on how to secure and protect the industrial use of water, despite the fact that it may not necessarily be in the public interest. It's just one of these things that they're aware of. There are 5 water management districts in the state of Florida, which is originally set up to try to preserve and protect our water. But increasingly, because of politics, there's been an emphasis on preserving it for business, particularly development of housing, development for seniors coming in to retire. The villages, 80,000 people moved into agricultural land. The water table went way down. People were forced to conserve. Eventually, the water table came back up. The developer said, hey, the water table's up. Let's build some more lands, build some more houses. This is what's happening in the villages and elsewhere around Florida. Now, this magic red line pretty much divides the state up into the 70-30 rule. North of this line is where 70% of the rain falls. South of the line is where 70% of the people live. Now, notice Orange County, it's orange. All those red and orange colors running out of water. Golf courses and household use of water is really probably the most important growing use of water. Because we're increasingly attracting retirees to the state of Florida, it will only increase, but there's very little water left. But regardless of whether it's bottled and sold back to us, whether it's shipped out of state, whether it's turned into products or otherwise used for something, it's essentially money. It's profit, and that's the reason for the upcoming scarcity of water. And there is a scarcity. But agriculture can do something about it. There's hydroponics. Hydroponics are 50 times more efficient than traditional watering. Drip irrigation is fine. Information technology. The reason why this is not routinely used in the state of Florida is because it's not as profitable. This is where much of your water goes. Now, the United Nations in 1948 declared the Declaration of Human Rights that we all have a right to water. The concept of the water commons is that if we declare it, just like Fiji, we can actually just say we need royalties from our water that's being shipped out of state, just like oil. Now, pollution from the runoff from not only housing, but also from agricultural land goes into our estuaries and pollutes the water, causing incredible damage to the ecosystems. And one of the things that happens with that, you'll get the effect on the fish, on the crustaceans, and it's mostly seen in a lot of the predators, like the dolphins, like the pelicans, like the other top of the food chains. This is some of the things that happen, which is indicative of problems with algae blooms or chemical pollution. This is happening right here in our own backyard. Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute tried to study the manatee kills and other kills that were happening in the Indian River Lagoon, but Governor Rick Scott apparently felt that it was simply not worth checking out because he vetoed the study of it to find out what was really going on. Hey, thank you very much. Now, Orlando, it's no fantasy. You're running out of water. What's happening is Cinderella. You'll be running into a situation where increasing prices will be happening for everything because every person, every business will have to pay more for it. So who's going to fix this? Oh, industry, right? No, real estate developers, agriculture? Maybe it's you guys, I don't know. There are ways to make it happen, but the first step toward this is awareness and doing what we can do locally. Speaking of locally, the Orlando Utilities Commission is probably the easiest point to take a look at. What are these people doing? These are the people that you're paying your tax monies to. This is where your sales tax goes to. And these people are held accountable. But this is just the first step. You know, they can get you started with understanding a bit about it, but you'll get next week, you'll have a hands-on opportunity to learn more about it. All along the East Coast, there's going to be events happening. You can find out more on hunchmo.com, my website, and thank you very much for your time.